Okay, here we are again, Griswold 811 ANSI style pump. We've got a 4x3x13 ductile iron with a ductile iron impeller. We're now going to show you how to setting the clearance on the impeller. From the factory, we have it at 15 thousandths off the case, and Wayne's going to show you how we're going to do that.
Okay, the first thing we do is I put some lube, anti-seize compound, just a bolt lube, on the threads. Then I take the Teflon O-ring and I install it onto the back of the impeller. And sometimes if you have a hard time sticking, you can put just a little bit of lube on there too, and that'll help it stay in there as you install. Just a little trick we learned. And we be very careful not to hurt the threads as we put this on. Spin it on until it stops. Then we have a tool. It's just a piece of pipe with a slot in it. Put it on the back of the shaft and leave it set on the table. And we can get just a pair of channel locks. That's all you need, just a good wrap, hard as you can on the impeller. That'll lock it into place. Okay, take our tool back off. Now that we have our impeller on, we put our case on. I'll need these for that. First thing you're going to want to do is put this case gasket on. You can either put it on the stuffing box or you can put it on the case. It's just a matter of preference. Sometimes it's better to do either or. Right on, that's easy. Do this now. And now we install our bolts using anti-seize bolt. Put them in there and get them started. We've got all our case bolts started now. The first thing you want to do is we want to loosen these back bolts here. This is where you adjust the impeller. And if you don't have them loose, you'll bring that case up the impeller and could damage the impeller. So keep these nice and loose before you tighten the case bolts. Using a torque pattern, I like to start off at the bottom a little bit. On this side. Over here and this. Just kind of keep doing it. Okay, that'll do it on our case board. The last thing we do is we set the impeller. On this particular size pump, this is a medium pump. The impeller is supposed to be set at 15 thousandths degrees off the front of the case. So I'll grab my dial indicator. This it up against the end of the shaft. Before I zero that dial indicator, I want to run that shaft with the impeller stuck on the end of it all the way up to the front of the cage. Make sure everything's nice and loose. Once we're pretty sure that we got it up against the case, try to move the shaft, and if it don't move, then probably got it up against the case. Then you want to back that sucker off. Set your dial indicator to 0. And after we set it to 0, what we're going to do is we're going to bring it out to 20 thousandths. Now that we're at 20 thousandths, it's not going anywhere that way. So now we're going to bring it back in to 15. The bolts being the way they are, it's going to move just a little bit. So I usually try to get it within a thousandths of 15, and then I'll go back and I'll tighten these just a little bit more, because the end of a bolt is not a real flat surface. Once we get those a little tighter, and we go back again, get them to 15,000. We're at 15,000. That's our setting. Now we have these locking bolts that we put on. That holds everything in place. Just like that. 15 thousandths. That should spin.